What's up, guys? Welcome back to the DLB Daily. I'm your host, Dalen Bailey, and co-host, Sleepy Kaya. Today is chest, but guess what? We're gonna throw some delts in there because I've never heard of anyone that doesn't like a little extra delts. And if you don't like training delts, you probably shouldn't be doing the DLB Daily. You should find somebody else that doesn't like training delts. So it's a little chest, a little delts. We're gonna do a couple heavy chest exercises and then a couple heavy delt exercises, but all together, we're gonna get super pumped. Let's go. All right, we're starting off. So I just put bench. So you can either do a dumbbell bench, you could do barbell, you could even do a machine if you like. I'm actually gonna switch things up because I always just barbell bench press, just a regular bench. I'm gonna switch things up, do dumbbells. So we're doing a bench press, and then we're gonna go right up into, we're gonna actually do plate flies. It's just kind of isolates the medial head just a little bit more because with dumbbells, you're usually kind of out here depending on how you do them. Plate raises, you're pretty much strict right out to your side like you're making a T. Where I grab it, I actually grab it in the hole.
That's what she said.
That's what he said? I don't. Does that work? You grab it there. Usually have like a thumb out depending on how big your hands are. Usually have all my fingers in and like a thumb out. And we're gonna keep them instead of like, I've seen some people go like this. We're gonna keep them flat, even with your shoulders. So basically like you're flapping your wings. Again, I always have just the ever so slightest bend in my elbows. Even with this, I'm never like locked completely out. There's always just a slight bend. And then there's a little slight where my pinky's just a little bit higher than your thumb. You don't have to do the whole dumbbell like water pour out where your thumb faces down. It's just ever so slightly. You'll feel it if you just turn a little bit more, just a little bit better contraction. So your dumbbell, your bench press, whatever you want to do, 75% of a machine press would be a little bit harder to figure out. But if you're just doing a regular barbell, we're going to do about 75% of a 1 rep max, somewhere close to that. So take your 1 rep max, which mine's like 425 times 0.75 is something. Do the math for me. You'll just take, so you're gonna work up to about, you can start counting reps at like 70%. We're not counting the warm-up sets. So we warm up to our working sets of 4 or 5. I don't know if we're doing 4 or 5 sets, but 4 or 5 sets at 75%. And then once you go there, we're hitting our side laterals with plates horizontal, 10 to 12. Got it? Maybe this is my max weight. One thing, if you have any kind of shoulder problems, especially on something like a dumbbell where there's a lot of stability, I like doing dumbbells because it works those other muscles that maybe a machine press isn't gonna work, the little muscles. Stabilizer muscles, that's the word I'm thinking of. Your stabilizer muscles, especially in your shoulder. If you have shoulder problems, I'm gonna show you what I would like you to do with the dumbbells. I don't have shoulder problems. So normally when we bench press, we're out here. Strains our shoulders just a little bit. If you have any shoulder problems, keep the dumbbells a little bit more neutral. Ooh, that makes it hard. Makes it hard talking. Keep them a little bit more neutral. That just keeps them in a safer spot. I cannot talk as I lift weights at all. Oh my God. Anyway, out here, you don't have your elbow under you. If you tuck your elbow in, you're still gonna work your chest, but it keeps that shoulder in a safer position. If you don't care about your shoulders, or you're like me, you just wanna lift as much weight as possible, I do flare mine, but if I ever feel anything, I know to just tuck my elbows under me and keep them in a little bit tighter. Then we'll come up here while I'm so out of breath. And then we're going 10 to 12. These should be nice and easy. This is just warming our shoulders up for the rest of the workout. Give a little pause at the top. 6, 7, 9, 10. Whoa! And there we have it. So work up, warm up set, work up to your about 75%, and then you can start counting reps. Let's go. Somehow in the last set, my shirt fell off, so now I don't know where it went. Anywho, we're gonna stick to this incline because incline, I'm obsessed with anything incline because it just works your shoulders a little bit more. And who doesn't want to do that? Said nobody ever. So we are going, you probably saw this. I think I even posted a video of it. Is crossbody, we're doing crossbody incline flies. And then we're gonna sit up and just kind of like the same thing. We're gonna sit up and then just do front raises from here. So I shouldn't even grab these yet. So one thing with cables, why you probably never have seen me do much dumbbell work, at least with flies. I do all free weights with like presses, but when it comes to flies, cables by far are just the best. You have constant tension the entire time. So if you think about like laying on a bench, when you get to the top, you actually lose all that contraction because you lose that resistance at the top. You probably have the maximum at the bottom, but with a cable, you have full tension the entire rep. So that's why I just like it more. Plus with dumbbells, and I'm not knocking on dumbbells, they're good for some reason. I just go super light. But again, when you're on a dumbbell, just like you're doing with the presses, and why I like just talk about shoulder health so much and keeping those elbows in, is any kind of fly, you're putting that shoulder in a very vulnerable situation right here, and you have to stop the weight pretty much with your shoulder and then bring it back up. This is just, you're still stopping the weight, but just cables are just gonna be a little bit better for your joints and constant tension. So we're gonna we're gonna start with incline flies, and at the end of the workout, we're actually gonna do some standing flies too, always in between the cable. If you don't have a cable machine, that is when you're gonna have to start working with dumbbells. But back to what we're doing. I go on these little tangents sometimes and I forget that I'm trying to tell you guys what to do next. So we're gonna start with an incline crossbody fly. Crossbody means you're just crossing the midline of your body. So normally when you do flies, we stop here. So now we're gonna go a little bit further and we're gonna cross our hands, which obviously gives it a little more range of motion, better contraction. So every rep, I want you to switch your hands. So right was in the front, now left's in front. Right's in front, left's in front. So you're just going high to low, cross body. Again, these should be, I should never see like this kind of stuff where you're just, These are slow, controlled isolation movements. They don't need to be fast. More time under tension is better anyway. So every rep, kind of want you to just hold it for a second. Create that exhale hold. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. As you get tired, that's when you can try to just get a couple more reps out. From there, we're gonna go right into a front raise. I don't really have to change the weight. My front delts are, I guess, are as strong as my upper chest. So I usually stick to this, and you're just, depends on what handles. So I just grab here, keeping my thumbs up. It's almost like a neutral grip, front raise. Same motion as we did with the dumbbells, because we were going up and around our legs. This is just, so you're coming wide, in close, wide, in close. And I like the neutral grip instead of going overhand, because for me, that little turn adds a little extra tension on my front delt. So cross body, 8 to 10, sit up, 8 to 10. If you need to drop weight, please do. Just try to get the reps. We are now just doing a shoulder set. So again, you probably have seen this. It's a tri-set of just lateral raises. We're gonna steal an incline bench again. If you've noticed, we've been using this incline bench for almost everything. This will be, unlike our presses, we're gonna go a little notch up. So this is what we were at for our presses. I like it kind of like that for our lateral raises. So we're actually gonna sit on here and we're going to grab our dumbbells. Dumbbells start here and they're going straight out to the side. It's just a different motion. It's a little more isolating. And it's just like doing, if you've ever done behind the back laterals, you're already starting behind your back and now you're not gonna hit your butt because, I don't know, some girls' booties are just big and you have to like move it out of the way. So here, our butt's already out of the way. And again, you're a little bit more strict, straight out to the sides. So, we'll show you with a little dumbbell. And the cool thing is when we switch to the standing, you don't have to switch weights. You should be able to do the same weight. So starting here, again, I'll have a little tiny bend in my elbow, but not too much. 2, 3, 4, 5. Start really, really light. This is gonna be a lot harder than just like your typical standing ones. That's why we're not gonna have to drop weight when we switch to standing. So a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna stand up. Makes it a little bit easier. Here, you can stay at your sides if you wanna stay at your side. I like to start a little bit in the front. Helps get your traps a little bit involved, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing when other muscles get involved. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, little key tips, slight bend in the elbow, and then my pinky is usually a little bit higher than my thumb. You don't have to exaggerate it, just a little bit. Oh, God. Guys, I really need, like, you would think I'd be out of shape, but I'm not in shape. I do cardio every day. So we're going incline bench to standing. You don't have to switch weights. And then to a resistance band. Your resistance band can look like this. You could have ones that actually have the handles, which I would prefer, but for some reason I don't have them. And these are just pulsing. I can't actually go all the way to the top. So I'm just gonna be right here, pulsing as many as I can. Get it unstraightened. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. I also don't go all the way down, so I don't bring it down and then up. So I stay in that little range. Oh, it's so hard. I stay in that little range and you're just getting as much blood to that medial head. So when I start getting exhausted, sometimes I'll bring them down and then try to get a couple more, bring them down, try to get a couple more. Let's go! We're almost done. We're gonna finish it out back at the cable and we're going to do just flat fly. So I say flat because it's just like if you were on a flat bench. So we're going straight across. If you have cables that you can move, I like to position the cable just about even with my shoulder. Maybe even, it could even go down a little bit. And that is like right even with my chest. So either way, I kind of like it right about there. I think I'm a little high on this one. So we're going cable fly right into a push-up. So here, if you want to add the cross, you can also add the little cross body, just like we did in the other one. Oh, 1, 2, maybe add like 5 of those. 3, 5. When that gets hard, then we'll stop right here. One thing I do like to do that I notice is when I do the flat, I end with my pinkies together. So you get a little extra like tension in your chest. So what that would look like. So we'll do 5 for you there. Even when that gets tired, then you can go this way. So you have all these like little tips and tricks that make it harder, and you can almost add like little drop sets. So maybe start crossbody. I don't even have this written. I'm just adding this as I go, I guess. Then try to go pinkies together. And then if you can't do any more, just knuckles together. Into push-up. As I'm dying. Guys, I'm not this out of shape. I just can't talk. So into just push-ups. Again, you're going all the way to the ground. None of this. No legs hitting the ground. If you need to do, I don't call them girl push-ups because I'm not a girl and I don't do push-ups this way. Modified. Just if you do this whole entire workout and you can't go anymore. So just a regular old push-up. 2, 3, 4. To failure. That wasn't failure. So I just want to get this over with so I can actually work out now. So cable fly, 10 to 12. You can add those variations into a push-up to failure, and failure means your face should be on the ground. So good luck, have fun. Thanks for watching.
Lock it down, lock it down, lock it down, lock it down.